It was the eve of a new year. The sky was adorned with the twinkling light of 1,000 stars, but down below, on the quiet streets of a bustling city, there was a man named Alex sitting alone in his small apartment. As he looked out of the window, he saw people celebrating, laughing, dancing, toasting, and embracing the future with open arms. But Alex wasn't celebrating. He was deep in thought, reflecting on a year that had been both challenging and defining. You see, Alex was a dreamer, someone who had big plans, but every year, it seemed as though the world was telling him to slow down. Every time he reached for his dreams, he was met with setbacks, a failed project, a lost job, relationships that fizzled out. But deep within his heart, Alex knew that the journey wasn't over. He wasn't a quitter. As midnight approached, he began writing in his journal, something he'd been doing for years but never fully understood why. His pen danced across the paper. This year will be the year I finally break through. This year, I will focus on what matters. I will take each challenge and turn it into an opportunity. I will become the person I've always dreamed of being. The clock struck midnight and the world erupted into cheers. Fireworks lit up the sky, and for a brief moment, Alex felt the excitement of the new year radiate through him. But as the cheers settled, a quiet voice inside whispered, "The world will celebrate tonight, but it's up to you to keep the momentum going." Alex closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He knew that it wasn't the new year itself that would bring change. It was the decisions he made each day after the clock ticked past midnight. The goal was not the big picture alone, but the small, daily actions that would lead him there. The first step was to get up, to take action. The year before, Alex had spent too much time overthinking and waiting for the perfect moment. He realized that waiting was just another form of fear. This year, he would act. He'd stop waiting for everything to line up perfectly, and he'd start now, no matter the imperfections. The second step was to forgive himself for all the failures, mistakes, and missed opportunities. He had to stop carrying the weight of past regrets into the future. Every setback was simply a lesson, and with each lesson came the strength to keep moving forward. The third step was to surround himself with positivity. He would remove toxic influences from his life, whether they were negative people, habits, or self-doubt. He would replace them with things that fueled his passion, like books, podcasts, and connections with people who lifted him up. The next morning, Alex woke up early. He didn't waste time with resolutions that would fade by February. Instead, he got to work on his projects, on his dreams, and on himself. Every day, he made small progress. Sometimes it felt slow. Sometimes it felt hard. But Alex kept going, knowing that even the smallest steps forward were still progress. By the end of the year, something incredible had happened. Alex hadn't achieved every dream he had imagined, but he had become someone who didn't stop trying. Someone who believed that every setback was just an opportunity to grow. His journey wasn't about perfection, it was about persistence. And as he looked back at the year, he realized the journey itself had been the greatest gift. So as the clock strikes midnight this year, remember Alex's story. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it's the small decisions you make every day that define who you become. The new year is just a marker. It's the person you choose to become in each moment that truly matters. Take the first step. Forgive yourself for the past. Surround yourself with positivity. And remember, the dreamers who keep going are the ones who make the impossible possible. Here's to your journey. May it be one of courage, persistence, and unstoppable growth. Happy New Year.